The mood at the rescue camp has changed completely, from a deepening gloom to wild celebrations, but now what's needed is a cool-headed plan to get the boys and their coach out, and there are no easy options. The rescuers traced the boys' route up the cave system, from the entrance through a large cavern that's now Rescue Command Centre, past the place where the team left their bikes, and further up where their bags and shoes were found. The working assumption is that they travelled deeper into the system to escape rising floodwaters. One part is now under more than 5 metres of water. Further up, rescuers found prints, more evidence that they were on the right track, before reaching a muddy ledge on which the team had been sheltering for 10 days. Route 1 is to drill through the rock to provide a new route for the boys. That's how the Chilean miners were rescued in 2010, through a new shaft. But in the Thai mountains, the task is far more complex.
The two challenges, I think, for drilling would be to get exactly to the right place, because you have to know where to drill. And if you're drilling into a cave passage, a relatively large one, you have to be right on the money, a few meters off, and you might miss it altogether. And then the other thing, I think it would be a considerable challenge getting the equipment up to the right location.
The second option is to get the team back along the route that the rescuers used to reach them, but this is narrow, dark and partially flooded. It tested the expertise of some of the world's top cave divers. Is it really feasible for a group of non-swimming children to make it?
You're having to convince somebody to put on diving equipment, bring them out through a lot of flooded passage. If they had a panic attack or something in there, there is no surface to go up to. The divers have also got to look after their own safety. The visibility is virtually zero, and because it's the monsoon and the cave's flooded, there could well be tree trunks and bits of other debris that have been washed into the system.
And the third option is to wait. Just as the waters rose, eventually they will fall again, but this could take several months after the rainy season. Preparing the boys for months of inactivity will be very difficult.
We know a few things can help. One is dropping fluorescent lights down into that space that are set on timers that mimic day and night, because that's really important in resetting their sleep patterns and helping them get rest and sleep. Also having scheduled activities planned, which might sound bizarre when you're trapped in a cave, but is really important to keep people focused and to have teamwork. That can also really help build up resilience and hope.
And that's if they can wait. The authorities are attempting to pump out the cave system now to keep the waters down and the boys safe, but more rain could make that impossible.
Being in a cave in Thailand in the wet season, that, where they were sitting at that moment, I don't think there's anything, that would say that is a place that the water couldn't touch. I have been involved in projects, with equipment measuring conditions where after a single rainstorm, where I've measured water, coming up 30 meters, in a few hours, in less than 12 hours.
Meanwhile, the parents gathered at the surface have to wait, but now at least knowing their sons have been found, the Thai authorities are trying to establish phone lines so that they can talk to them, but this story is by no means over.